Welcome to another episode of Shots from the Winchester podcast, where we explore leadership topics from a variety of perspectives. This podcast is brought to you by Greencastle Consulting, your nation's premier strategy execution firm. Today, we're talking about networking and takeaways from our trip to Boston, where we attended HubSpot Inbound, a 3-day marketing conference that brings together marketing and sales professionals to learn about the latest trends and best practices. And we learned a lot from our experience, so we wanted to break that down for you in this video today. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll notice that around 6.5 minutes, the video cuts out. I put a little banner up there that says technical difficulties. We could geek out and I could tell you exactly what happened, but that would probably bore you. If you really want to know, check out the comments below. And without further ado, let's dive right in. We're out here at HubSpot 2024 Inbound Conference, and we've got a lot to unpack.
Yeah. We've got friends of the podcast, Lindsay Folk and Erica Grubbs on as well. Let's dive right into it. HubSpot 2024. Yeah. This is our first time here, not your first time.
I can't get over the big mics. I'm sorry.
Oh no,
They look like they're holding an ice cream cone, and they're like, "Don't eat it."
For anyone
like
that is
giant ice creams.
for anyone not watching, if you're just listening along right now, Al and I did not pack the microphone stands, so we are holding the mics to our face.
Yes.
It is a little ridiculous, but we're going to work with it.
Yeah, so check it out on YouTube.
At least I don't have to hold mine like this. That would be weird.
So this is our first time, RJ and I. So what are you experiencing? This is your second time? No, actually, you've been here a lot.
This is my third time.
This is your third time here, and this is your second time here.
Second time, yeah.
Okay, what is your experience right now?
I think every time I come to Inbound, it's really good. I think they do a really good job of putting on the event. I mean, they think of every detail, truly, like just the whole experience of the event, not just the content and the things that you're learning, but just what it feels like to be here and the energy in the room, I think is like really cool every time.
That's cool.
Yeah. I'm a little bit tired. I don't know how many steps I got in today,
a lot of walking
but
to do.
there's a lot of walking, and it's like really energizing to be around marketers because normally it's just the 5 of us, right? So it's, learning different perspectives, hearing different lessons learned from everyone from like at the beginning of their career all the way through like 25-year veterans. So it's pretty cool.
So I have a little bit of something I guess I want to unpack with the group is like, there's a lot of professional conferences out there, you could say, networking conferences, sales conferences, something more like HubSpot, which I think is kind of a blend of both in a lot of ways. Is there something that like stood out about HubSpot for a reason that we go to this over something else? Is there characteristics, I guess, we can give maybe for the audience when they're looking at like, hey, what should I attend? What shouldn't I attend? What is worth my time or my money?
Yeah, I think looking with a critical eye at the breakout sessions is really important because there's a lot of conferences that will offer breakout sessions that are really just kind of a thinly veiled sales ploy to get you to kind of buy their products, right? And so the nice thing about the HubSpot conference is there's not a lot of HubSpot presenters. It's a lot of their partners, 1. 2, I just feel like taking a critical eye to those breakouts is really important to just kind of like, is this something that I'm actually going to learn from, or am I just attending to attend? And it's okay to attend a conference just to do networking, but I think we all agree that we attend HubSpot because we want to learn. So
Yeah.
I would like to say the topic, it seems so far on the HubSpot thing is AI. There's a lot of AI and AI innovation, and how is AI working for your business, or how are you using AI currently? What do you think about that?
There's a lot of different ways AI can be used, and that's the cool thing about this particular conference because we see how AI can be used in content generation, written and video, and then all the way through to how HubSpot actually, like HubSpot operations, how it can be incorporated there. And another thing I like about this conference is they tell you like what's coming up. So some of that is some of this AI integrations and other operations that it can do. So there's a lot. But I think it was the same way last year as well, right? It was like the theme across was AI.
Yeah, it seems to just keep evolving, and that's one of the things I took away from this is like it 2x's every 6 months AI. Just the intelligence of it, and the way that people are using it is just, it's remarkable.
One of the things I took away is that I won't have a job in like 6 months, according to a lot of the presenters.
That's not true. That is not what they said. They said that AI helps create and then humans curate. So
Yes,
you're going to
yeah,
be
they
a
did say that.
curator instead of a
This is
creator.
good. I'm pivoting, folks.
Yeah.
And one of the things, the AI agents.
Yeah.
The AI agents is an interesting thing because like you can create a robot basically to do little tasks for you to kind of expedite your processes on a daily basis. How are we using AI right now?
So I think some of that is through Canva is a big part of it, right? Canva has its own built-in AI, and so I think that and using that for design capabilities is huge for a lean team.
Yeah.
We're using it for some of the content things, I think, to kind of. I mean, am I right? You can kind of speak to some of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Some of the generative AI capabilities from an image standpoint with Canva, you can prompt it. Just hey, I need a graphic for a blog cover, for an Instagram post, for maybe you want to show graphically something you've put in a blog. The image generation capabilities that it has are really helpful. I would say safe to say for like smaller businesses.
Right.
It might not be if you have a big graphic design budget or you've got animators on your team. Yes, you can probably do a better job than AI, but if you're a small, lean team like we are, it really allows you to level up your content in a big way, in a really user-friendly way.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the key, is leveling up the content, because what a lot of us have learned is that you don't just allow it to generate the content and then you post it online,
Right.
because we know that things like Google will say, we know this is AI generated, we're going to deprioritize your content in the search engine, right? So using it to create outlines, to modify what we just saw, to have it, what was that called? When you put the thing in and not rank it.
Scoring?
The SEO stuff?
Yeah, that session where it said you put it in and it'll analyze it for you,
like
essentially.
its uniqueness.
Yes,
like
right,
how,
right.
if it's new content or if it's, what did we call it?
Fresh.
It's like, you were trying to hop on a bandwagon of
Right.
a search term and just
Novel.
rank for it. Yeah,
Novel.
that's a
I'm
good
just throwing
word
out
for it.
words
Yeah, it's
now,
good.
so.
Yeah, no, but that's exactly it. Yeah. So that's cool.
That's really cool. Yeah, that's been a huge topic right here.
Absolutely, yeah. I do want to dive into. I love the AI stuff. Is like just in a more general view, I guess, for like some of the listeners. Obviously, there's a lot of veterans listening to this. Obviously, there's business professionals maybe considering career changes, upskilling, stuff like that. Just in our experience, what we've seen for do's and do nots at like a conference like this to get the most out of it, so that you don't feel like you traveled somewhere, you wasted a bunch of time and money.
Right.
You want to leave feeling like, hey, I came out of this better, whether it's personally, professionally, or for my business goals.
Right, right.
So I don't know if anyone wants to dive in first.
Yeah, I think going in with a plan. So I think, like we talked about before, is having that plan of, am I going to learn or am I going to network? And you can do both, but you have to decide, is it both or is it one or the other? If it is only for the purpose of networking, then you got to go into it with a plan. I know who I'm going to network with. I know that I'm going to leave them my contact information. I'm going to network with as many people, and this is my follow-up plan. Like, you have to have that, right? But if your goal is to learn, then it's just absorb as much as you can, I think. I think it's go to as many sessions as you can, talk to as many people as you can, be a sponge. So.
Yeah.
Would you recommend this to other companies? You think other companies should do this?
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely. Yeah. It's you never know who you're going to talk to, like who's interesting or who you meet standing in a line who like lives 2 towns over from you.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Small
Right.
world, but or what industry veteran who's been here for 30 years has to say, or go to a couple of their sessions. So
It's good to refresh yourself. I think once you go through an entire year, you go through 4 quarters, it's good to hear what other people are doing, see what other people are doing, what they're doing to innovate, to refresh you so that when you move into Q1, you've got some ideas what you want to do moving forward, and you're not getting stagnant, you're growing, and so is your business.
I think if we're going back to the do's and don'ts too, I think like a note of don't when you're networking is, don't be rude, obviously. Don't cut people off or, enter into their conversation and start, talking like you're the center of attention kind of thing, like being courteous to others, I think is really important. And just kind of learn your P's and Q's with the networking piece. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I have a hot take, I think, for this. So for anyone who's like been to one of these things, right, or been to kind of any big presentation, there's inevitably a moment, right? The speaker is up there, they're giving a presentation. And as soon as they change slides, it's literally like the seagull moment from Finding Nemo. Like everyone pulls their phone out, raises it up, snaps a picture of this like slide from 200 yards out.
Right.
It's super pixelated and grainy. It dawned on me, right? As I'm literally doing this in a session with Al today.
Yeah, I'm guilty too.
Yeah, that this is like it. I'm the guy who takes pictures of fireworks in that moment, right? Like I'm never going to look at this again. It's better in that moment to trust that the speaker, which they all do, are going to distribute the slides in some way, and probably just take genuine notes or just pay attention.
Exactly.
So yeah, I had a big realization. That's going to be my hot tip, I think, for the audience is just phone down, tune in, whether it's hard notes or just actually absorbing it. There is going to be a way to get those slides, whether you reach out to the speaker through social media. The world is very flat now. Yeah. Not literally, but
That's another hot
We don't want
take.
flat earthers.
that's my other hot take. That's the other show I do, guys. So this
I must have really annoyed him at our second session. I was the one taking pictures, and I was like, "Look at this," and he's like actually right.
No, in that moment I was still on team picture, and then it just dawned on me as I was sitting there. I'm like, I'm never looking at these pictures again. I need to capture this and absorb this.
Yeah.
I mean, I need that tip because I literally took so many pictures last year, never looked at them, and I was taking them again, and now I'm not going to do it anymore.
That is a good take, though, for sure.
Yeah, you are right.
I have a good one once in a while.
Do you have any tips?
No, I'm still giggling at his flat earth comments. So.
Well, if you guys have any comments, definitely leave those in the little comment box at the bottom. I think we're good here, right? Unless you guys have anything else you want to talk about?
Yep, there'll be plenty of content coming out of the experience here. Obviously like, follow, subscribe to the pod, wherever you're listening
Check us out on Instagram.
Yep, absolutely. Thanks for your time.
Yeah.
Lindsay,
Cool.
Erica, any parting shots?
No, attend the conferences. I think it's really good. Do a pre-screen of, is it valuable? Reach out to people who've attended before. Make the most of it when you're there. Like fully immerse yourself in the experience because they're expensive, so get your money worth. But definitely do it. It's my parting.
And get the snacks.
And get the snacks.
Yeah.
And the free
swag. We didn't even touch the
swag.
swag.
The
I said snacks, but swag.
I
Yeah.
got a great
Yeah.
apron today. I had no business getting an apron here at HubSpot, but I'm leaving with it. It's going to be a treasured piece of my cooking wardrobe moving forward. So,
Right.
yeah, that's
awesome.
another hot tip. Great
Yes.
tip, Erica.
Yeah.
Get the swag.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely get the swag.